learn to embrace it, when you learn to celebrate it, when you learn to be thankful and appreciate it, you know what? It won't be so hard going through it.
You ever felt like you're running a race, but on someone else's track? Well, hey, you counted your pennies too. You're on a budget because, hey, rent in America is waiting for you.
It's waiting for you.
So that's but it puts pressure because you're like, people are gonna, we're America.
Yeah, okay.
Like she's still wearing the same clothes and she's coming from America.
Yes.
Let's chill. Hello, bonjour, hola, sunny bonani.
Namaste. What up, Chaplain Chillers? Yes. What up? It's your boy, Coach LJ, and I'm with my best friend, my business partner, my awesomeness, my only,
the one and only,
the one and only,
Lady
Siza. She is in the building. Yes. Yes. So are you ready for another empowering and transforming episode of Chilling with the Chaplins? You know, where we are elevating lives, empowering businesses, uniting coaches, and fueling success. So yeah, let's get it popping. What's going on? Yeah.
Right. So today we're going to be talking about very sensitive but also very important topic. So today's episode is inspired by one of our big supporters.
Yes.
I mean, this lady, she's been our rock star, honestly.
Yes. Day one.
From day one. Dr. Toza Mamtembo. Let's clap for her. She mentioned in the comment section that she would recommend us talk about this, and we promised to do it, and here we are. And this is also just a shout out to anybody out there who's our chaplain chiller, who'd like us to touch on any subject. We are more than happy to do that, right? Because we do it for you guys, and if we don't do what you want us to do, then we won't be doing justice, right? So Dr. Toza Mamtembo, thank you. So our topic today is the constant pressure of comparing ourselves to others and how it overshadows our individuality. Constant pressure of because the comparison, I'm
It's
still
a
saying it
different
now. Right. And just not just the comparison, but feeling that you have not made it just because you are not going in the line of what society has put out there, that you have to be in that track of life. So, and then you feel it's overshadowing your individuality because now you feel like you're left behind. You're seeing your peers buying cars, having children, getting married, buying homes, and you are still stuck wherever you're stuck. Chances are maybe time has not come yet, or there's something that needs to shift in your life. In most cases, it's your mindset, and which will eventually shift your finances, which will eventually shift
your relationships,
your relationships, and your career, and your goals, and your whys, and your dreams. But today we're going to touch a bit on that. And there's a question that I always ask before every episode, so that we have like an introspection and you feel that this is really for you, because it is for you. We benefit from discussing it as a couple, but at the same time, we want you to benefit from it as well. And the question is, have you felt like you're running a race, but on someone else's track?
Yes, me too.
And I'm still feeling it. It's not just the past, it is the present. Sometimes, not all the time, but I find myself, especially because social media has really been a killer, just looking at other people and feeling, hold on. And some of them are not even smarter than you are, I said it. But you're like, how is this person more successful than me? But
you got more degrees.
Listen, I think I have it down pat, but I'm still not winning. What's going on?
Yeah.
So I want to touch on a stat that we came across of how this comparison, especially looking at social media, has really affected most of young people's lives. So this is an article or survey done by Cyber Smiles Comparison Culture in 2023, and it highlights the profound impact on social media can have on how young people aged 16 to 24 actually view themselves. With around 9 out of 10 responding that they see themselves negatively and feel dissatisfied with their lives. Underline 9 out of 10. So out of 10 people, 9 of them feel dissatisfied. So in for wanting to change aspects of their bodies. That's why we see so many BBLs, so many surgeries, so many diets, so many this and that. People just wanting to change, and so much Ozempic. All right. We're gonna have to do a topic on Ozempic. How Oprah Winfrey and mostly of Hollywood are losing weight. Yeah, Ozempic and them. Very worrying. 1 in 7 having thoughts about ending their life, of comparing themselves with others on social media platforms. More and more needs to be done to educate people, we feel like, and this is the reason why we're doing this episode, especially those who are still forming their self-identity, like our teen kids, sisters and brothers, and about when and why to engage with such platforms and how to do it safely. So I think part of our discussion today will be touching on that when and why and how. The when, why, and how is so important. Yeah. So are you ready to discover how to cherish your journey and forge a path that's uniquely yours, away from the shadows of comparison? Let's dive into the episode so we can shed some light on your path of self-acceptance and individuality. Because really, 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 the truth of the matter is, once you have self-acceptance and you love yourself for who you are in your journey, you're good to go. All right? In most cases, because we self-doubt and we feel like, oh, we've been left behind, etc., etc. That's when you find people then doubting themselves and wanting to end their lives. Right. So, ready to break free? That's the question. From the race and celebrate your unique journey. Let's get into it.
Yes,
All
let's
right.
get it popping.
So, we'll be actually just touching on 5 steps because we like order, you know, 5 steps to stop the comparison game. Okay, that's what we're mainly talking about, and building your unique path. So we're gonna touch 5 steps.
Because we all have a unique path.
Absolutely.
Every last one of us. We all have a unique path, and the Bible scripture said it best. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. So regardless of where you are right now, you know, he do have a plan for your life, and you do have everyone is born with a purpose, and the goal is to find what is your purpose and what is your plan for your plan for that life. And so, you know, and the beautiful thing about that purpose, you know, it is God's responsibility to make sure that you fulfill that purpose, even though you might make mistakes. Even though you might get.
You said God's responsibility. It's your responsibility.
No, it's God's responsibility to make sure you fulfill. It's because His purpose is going to get fulfilled regardless. His plan, His purpose is going to get. Now you might make some detours, and you might.
Purpose will be fulfilled by you. I don't think so. I think many people die without fulfilling their purposes. That's why the graveyard.
No. God's purpose, His plan for your life, always going to get fulfilled. Now, as obviously, if a person died, that they probably fulfilled their purpose. Their purpose, you gotta remember, everyone's purpose is different. So maybe their purpose wasn't accomplished, wasn't
to be a nobody.
No, I'm not saying that. But they still they fulfilled the purpose. But maybe it was no grander purpose that But I'm
against your statement, because I feel like majority of the people don't fulfill their purposes. We have a lot of people. That's why the graveyard is called the richest place on earth.
Because
many people die with
dreams and but here's the thing though, God's purpose again is gonna get fulfilled. Now here's the thing.
Maybe by somebody else.
No, well, if you keep going detour and never find it, or but His purpose gonna get fulfilled. Now the thing is, He might use somebody else. He wanted to use you.
That's what I mean.
But then because you was.
That's why in most cases you find that you have God drops an idea in your spirit and you sleep on it. Mm-hmm. You don't do it. 2 years, 3 years, even 5 months down the line, you see your idea being done by somebody else, and you're like, hold on, I thought of that. But because you didn't act on it, God just said, okay, because you don't want to do it, let me move it to somebody else. So you're partially right. The purpose of God is going to be fulfilled, but it's not necessarily going to be fulfilled by you.
Yeah. But and the goal is that you, and the thing is you run your race regardless of what's going on, because again, sometimes we make mistakes, we mess up or whatever, or we have this complexity syndromes where we comparison syndrome where we comparing ourselves with somebody else, or we lack confidence or things like that.
So let's talk on recognizing the comparison trap. How do we see that we are now comparing ourselves to other people?
Yeah, because one thing too, how we see it, because social media did mess with us, because now everything is on blast.
Right.
Everything is on first screen. You can't hide. Everyone's showing what they have, what they're doing. They're showing their achievements. So and.
But I also say, sorry to cut you off. I also say that let's not always believe what we see on social media, because it's usually a glimpse of somebody's life. Mm-hmm. Not usually, it is a glimpse of somebody's life. People are not going to show you the bad parts. They're mostly going to show you the good parts. And most recently, we've seen a lot of influencers being investigated, because these CSIs or the private investigators are thinking, hold on, this person works a 9-to-5 job, or they're not working at all. How are they flying jets and driving the latest cars? We're gonna have to dig in and check, because guess what? IRS, SARS, whoever you call your revenue person in your country, wants their share. And if they don't see that you're paying what you're showing on social media, guess what? They're going to start investigating.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And people are going to prison because of that. There's actually a story that just recently came out just last week. South African young man, very young, I think he's in his early 30s. He started dating something which is called a baddie. It's like those influence girls on social media. They call baddies. And this baddie has always said she would never date a 9-to-5 guy, because she doesn't want to live that waiting for a paycheck. She wants to live her life the best way she can. If she wants to fly to Paris for lunch, she can do that and not be limited to a salary or a wage. So she started dating this guy who went to university, studied, got good degrees, worked for an accountant firm. Mm-hmm. Those accounting firms that are well renowned. I won't mention names. And this guy started splurging with this woman, putting everything up on social media. They are child's reveal when they fell pregnant. There was a helicopter involved. This guy works at 13,000 rand probably per month job. How is he affording a plane, to a helicopter? And guess what? The NPA, these companies that do investigations, they started investigating him. He was arrested last week.
Yeah.
And the girl who was the one behind the posting started pulling down every picture. She thinks pulling down the picture and deleting the picture is gone. They've already taken all the proof they want.
Yeah. And plus, like you said, FBI guys, they're always to get the picture, even though you deleted it.
They can always get it.
They always
like we always say, it will remain in the cloud.
It's always in the cloud. Yeah, they go, or even though it's deleted from you, but it's not deleted in the cloud. It's not deleted because if they want to go back and get the picture in the cloud, they can go back and retrieve that picture.
Absolutely.
You know, so but understanding that.
Finish my story.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So he stole over, I think, 25 million or something. A lot of millions. 16 million or 25 million, but a lot of millions. And now he's going to ruin his life forever. An educated young man, just because I guess he was feeling pressure that he wanted to date probably one of the baddies.
Mm-hmm.
And these baddies don't go for poor men. They go for men who are flaunting their wealth. And that's where the pressure comes in, peer pressure as well.
Yes, peer pressure. And then not even social media, because it was going on for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, music videos is a lot of pressure because, you know, you see the music video like, oh man, they got it, they doing this, and now, you know, you want to live that lifestyle. And not realizing the people that you watch on TV, that's not real life.
And most of the things are rentals.
It's rentals and music videos, what they singing about, what they rapping about. A lot of stuff, they don't really live. A lot of them not living that life. They rap it, and because you got to remember, some of these in mainstream,
They selling the dream.
they commercial, and, you know, sometimes, you know, again, it's all about the dollar, because some of these corporate industry leaders, they own different things, so they have another agenda why they want you to. So they tell you to rap about this, sing about this. Why? Because they trying to control the narrative. Even though the rapper or the R&B singer is not living that lifestyle, but they tell them to rap this because they're trying to control the narrative so that people like us, all of that people that listening to them, you know, will want to be like that.
I think what you just said also covers social expectations, where people are thinking, like, for example, myself, I live in the US, I'm from Africa, and people, they automatically expect me to be doing well. Oh, she's earning in dollars, she must be rolling in money. You know,
and living that soft life.
Right. And then when you go back home, they be thinking you'll be driving Rolls Royce and drinking expensive champagne and throwing big parties. Well, hey, you counted your pennies too. You're on a budget because, hey, rent in America is waiting for you.
Waiting for you.
So that's society, but it puts pressure because you like, people are gonna, oh, we're America.
Yeah, okay.
Like she's still wearing the same clothes and she's coming from America. She's driving a Toyota. You know, people will be giving you so much pressure. It's like, hey, you know how hard we work in this America. Working 2 and 3 jobs just to keep up with them.
Yeah. So, and they want you to send money back home.
And
the pressure.
Back
pressure, like, you got the money, like. If they really know that you're struggling because you're trying the pressure to send money back home, you're
living 2 lives.
You live,
because you have to pay for your own bills. Plus, you got to assist back home whoever that needs assistance.
And you're struggling here.
And maybe not struggling, but you're also just working a regular job, which is enough to sustain you, but not enough to live 2 lives.
2 lives, yeah. So that the pressure and the peer pressure, sometimes parents, friends, family,
and
society, music, movies, television, all these things.
Social media. Instagram is the worst.
Instagram. No, TikTok.
No, Instagram. Most show-offs are on Instagram.
Yeah. So
okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So the question is, ask yourself, are you also caught up in this comparison trap by social media and peer pressure? Because I know sometimes I get caught up. Because when you're seeing friends' success on social media and feel like you're left behind, you've not gotten where they are.
Yeah, and it's like that because especially if you accomplish some things, you're like, man, I should be a little further ahead. Yes, I should. So the thing is, I love this. So because I used to feel that way as well.
You don't anymore?
No, I don't. I just focus on what God. Because I know the Lord already let me know that. Regardless of where you are, just keep growing, keep building, and just keep doing what you're doing. And you could be where you are today, right? But if you keep working, I said this before many times, and this is the way so you can surpass the individual that you're looking at, that you envying over, and you say, man, I wish I had that lifestyle. But if you working on your dream and your vision, you fulfilling your purpose in life, then guess what? Eventually, it's gonna catch up.
Right.
You know, the Bible said, you know, your latter days will be greater than your former days.
Oh, hallelujah.
So, you know, if you keep working, you keep building, you know, even though the pressure might be feeling you, because people, because you know what I mean, people also talk about it. Man, you ain't nobody, you ain't doing nothing, you ain't accomplished nothing, because they looking at you now.
Right.
They're not looking at your future you.
But they don't know the future you.
Exactly. But you know where you want to be. And so you can't get caught up in the present you.
We can say all that we can, but there's nothing that feels as painful as being overlooked, because you people don't see you in a certain status.
And yes, and it hurts. It hurts, but still, you have to know, like, okay, I'm not gonna be here always, and you just gotta stay focused that better days is coming. You know, this is my reality today, but it won't be my reality in the future. And why? Because you are working towards a better future. You're working in regard, like, okay, you know what? You got, congratulations, you there. I'm not yet, but I know where I want to be. And long as I'm still taking these steps, I went to school. I know eventually I'm gonna get there.
Even if I get there in my 80s, but I'll get there.
I get there. Hey, we talk about the Colonel all the time. The Colonel was 63 years old when he finally got success. Eventually he would get there, but he didn't allow anything to stop him from getting to his dream.
Right.
You know, he could have compared. You know,
he probably was comparing. We don't know.
Henry Ford. You know, all these different things that we talk about. So again, you know, the pressure of wanting to achieve this goal and things not happening, things not working. And this is why you always got to do introspection of where you are, where you want to be. Sometimes, even if you got to shut off social media for a period of time, sometimes you got to shut it off. Shut it off. And
they call it a social media diet.
Yeah, social media diet, social media detox. You have to shut it off every now and then. Shut it off.
You know, sometimes even family can just put you under pressure.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we know that you've got that degree, but can you realize it's not working for you? Why don't you try being an engineer or a doctor? Or
they're always trying to bring in something.
They're always trying to push it towards something. And in most cases, when you're doing something for people or for just the money, there's no satisfaction in that. I'm a testament of that. I tried some things where I'm like, okay, let me just think of the money. But I was so dissatisfied, unsatisfied with myself, and just getting up in the morning, I thought, it's not the money. It's not worth my peace.
Yes, I agree.
Or my happiness.
Yes, I agree. A lot of times, because you see it work for other people, not realize it might not be for you, and you start chasing different things and start chasing the rabbit hole and going down these different things, and really realize when you go into it, like, man, this is not for me.
Yeah.
This is not my skill set. How many times I did network marketing companies, I did different selling things, and I'm like, this is not me. This is not who I am. You know, but I tried it, I did it, but I'm like, realize, and this is why I came to realization, say, you know what, no more.
But also, I'm not against trying things, because sometimes you never know that you're good at something until you try it.
That's true. Yes, I agree.
Or sometimes people discover things after having had like a blow, like we spoke about last week. You failed in something, or you were disappointed in something, then you feel like, you know what, let me try this. And you find that is actually what you were supposed to have done.
So, and I would never say never stop trying. But the moment you realize that's not for you, don't do that no more. Like, eventually I said, you know what, this is not for me. So any that type of business, no
matter how successful people are,
I would never get it. I'm like, it's not for me. It don't fit my skill set.
Right.
So
let's talk about embracing your unique journey, because everybody's journey, like we said, is unique. How do we embrace being where we are? I once saw an ad on social media again that said, I'm where I'm supposed to be at this time. And I'm like, am I really? You know, but the truth of the matter is, yes, most people are where they're supposed to be. And I'll say most because not all people. Some people, their life stagnant or is delayed because of them, not taking action. But sometimes people will take action, they still just don't get it. So that's why I'm saying most people, so it's crucial to actually acknowledge and celebrate individual paths, including pacing yourself.
Yeah, and now the reason why you have to acknowledge in your path, because by acknowledging you have an understanding of where you are and where you want to be. So it's always in the forefront. We said it before. The word said, "Fight the vision, make it plain." You acknowledging where you are, and I said it last week. Sometimes you gotta write out where you are today, how much it cost you today, and then how much it's gonna cost you in the future. So you're acknowledging these things. You're aware of where you are today, so that you can start working towards. Count up the cost. Because if you don't acknowledge, how can you count up the cost and knowing how to accomplish the task that you want to accomplish? So this is why it's very important that you have to acknowledge where you are today, acknowledge your unique path, acknowledge your gift, your strengths, your weakness. Because when you know your strengths, when you know your weakness, again, if you don't know your strengths and your weakness and you want to get a better understanding of who you are, we do advise you to take the DISC assessment, and we offer the link is in the description. If you want to know yourself better, you want to get a handle of who you are, your strengths, your weakness, what path you should be going down, what line of job or business you want to get into. The DISC assessment will help you. It will help you to get on straight, so that you know the path you should be going.
Absolutely.
And so by acknowledging where you are and knowing your strengths and your weakness, and this is why I can say I would never do certain jobs no more. Why? Because I'm like, that don't fit.
You know your strengths and
I know my strengths and weaknesses. And like even with the podcast, this is why certain things I would not do, because I know my strengths and my weakness. I know when I'm speaking, a lot of times there's a lot of thoughts in my head. I get a lot of thoughts.
Something.
I get a lot of thoughts in my head, and sometimes these thoughts don't want to come out the way it is. And so
your mind is going faster than yours.
Yeah, my mind going very fast, and so sometimes I don't get. And this is why every week it's like a piecemeal. But I know myself. I acknowledge myself, and I embrace that strength, because I do have the knowledge, I do have the skills, I do have the wisdom, but it might not come out at that moment, but it's gonna come out. Eventually it'll come out, something will come out or whatever. But so I embrace it, I acknowledge it, I acknowledge my strength, I acknowledge my weakness, and knowing that, okay, I'm in my path. And I know the things that I see in my head, the thing that I envision of myself, is gonna happen if I keep working towards it.
Right.
If I don't allow myself to get distracted and focus on those individuals that might be doing better than me at the moment. Because that's their reality. I remember, their reality is their reality. My reality is my reality, but that don't mean it's not gonna change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So why not celebrate your unique journey with its ups and downs? Because you're going to have the ups and downs. So I think the lesson learned here is just celebrate it.
Celebrate
the good and the bad. So when you're actually celebrating your unique journey, there's different ways to do that. So, we've got different social medias. We've got your Snapchat, you've got your TikToks, you've got your Instagram, you've got the X, Twitter, we've got Facebook. I mean, there's
you got fan base.
You've got YouTube.
Yeah,
there's just so many.
Clubhouse.
Right.
LinkedIn.
There's just so many platforms. So find where you fit in.
Yeah.
Because you might not fit in all of them.
Because they all do different things. So maybe you don't like being on the forefront.
Right.
Maybe you don't like video, so maybe YouTube.
Or maybe you don't like showing off.
Maybe you don't like.
I think Insta is all about show off.
So and maybe you like writing. So found whatever you need, so that you can express yourself in that way. And then again, you will find your audience by being you and embracing your uniqueness, because maybe you're a good writer. So that means maybe you should be on LinkedIn where it's more about text. It's not really about writing.
Or images.
Not about images so much, but it's more about text. You could do these long posts and people will read and express yourself in text. If you like video, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, so whatever you find your unique and your descriptive style, and then you just find that platform that you can express yourself in.
Absolutely. So we're also another example would be building a value-driven business or brand, finding success and fulfillment in that. I've seen a lot of that on TikTok. They do it in such a fun way. Somebody would want to advertise, for example, exercise equipment because they're on a weight loss journey, and whilst exercising, they know promoting that equipment that they're using to exercise. So in that way, it's not like you're out there saying this bike is $20.99, but you're just exercising. Say if you want this, you can check the link on the screen. Because they have TikTok shop.
Yes.
So people can just press that and buy whatever that you're using. So that could be another way. Just build a brand with what you are using.
And another thing, what you value. About it's going according to your value. So you promoting things that you value. Things that you don't value, you're not going to promote. You're building that business according to your values and your beliefs and your standards. So that now, again, when something comes your way that's not according to your values, we talk about all the no diddy. When something not according to your values, you can say no. It's easy to say no. Why? That's
not when money is being.
Yeah, not when money being raised in your face. Why? If it's not something that you value, you're gonna say no to it. You gotta be willing. Let me say that way. You gotta be willing to say no to it, because sometimes when money digging in your face, it's hard to say no to money. So yeah, but building that value driven business. This is why you gotta find out what do you value. What you value, what you want out of life. And then when you find out your values and what you want out of life, then you go after it, you chase it, and you only go after things, or you connect with people that have the same values as you.
Yeah. Another one I think for young people, because we touched on young people in the beginning of this episode, is how they can actually find out who they really are and what they want in life, is taking a gap year. Going but the thing is, the gap year is for people who can really afford, because that's when you're able to travel, take a mission trip, or learn a new language. Like, you're not under pressure of exams and choosing a career. That year you're just trying to find yourself, maybe work an extra job or whatever.
But not just that though. This is because I did a field study trip for 11 days. But I did it through school. So you find your school a lot of times
But that's money involved.
I know, but if you're going to college, right? It's coming out of your tuition.
And not remember, we're talking to the world, we're not talking to America.
I know, we have financial aid.
But besides financial aid, not every college has a field trip.
Okay, I guess. Okay. Well, I know in America, we do have.
And also not every career has a field trip.
That's true too, I guess. Yeah, I guess. But I'm saying, when you go, this is an example that you could do. You go mission trip, field study trip. Maybe a church. You have certain churches that have mission trips that you could, so that you're able to see the world, so that you're able to
find yourself.
Yes. And that feels. I really loved the field study trip that I went on. I went to Germany, I went to London, and so that experience was great. And I encourage anyone, if you could find a school that offer that, it's part of your tuition, you pay for anyway. If you can find that, definitely take advantage of it. Go for it. Yeah, sometimes you got field study trips. You could go for a whole month. You could go for 2 months. You could go for 11
Or do things like au pairing, cultural exchange.
Yeah, au pairing.
Or maybe go to do summer camps.
Summer camps.
Things like that won't really take away from you that much.
And it's not that much money neither.
Well, it depends.
It depends.
Not a amount of money is not to you, but somebody else it could be a lot.
I'm just saying.
But we're just giving out ideas.
au pair.
It's money. You have to pay something out of your pocket.
Oh yeah, because you gotta pay the application fees, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, yes.
So you have to put in some skin in the game. Okay, so I think having said that, let's look at the role of gratitude in self-acceptance, because we spoke very much about, or maybe not very much, but we touched on self-acceptance, that these things will not grasp you if you accept your situation. It's like, guess what? It is what it is. I'm just going to deal with it. I'm going to live life as it comes, or I'm going to continue to push for my dreams no matter how long it takes. So how does gratitude actually shift our focus from lack to abundance and enhancing self-acceptance?
How does gratitude shift our focus? I would say, one, allow us to reflect, allow us to be thankful, allow us to be appreciative of our journey. We always say, don't rush the process, trust the process, put the process on the pedestal. And so when you're having gratitude of your journey, of where you are, you have to appreciate your journey. You won't try to rush it, because you understand, right now I'm in my wilderness. This might be a wilderness. That journey that long journey it might be a wilderness for you. And so you embrace it. You learn to embrace it. When you learn to celebrate it, when you learn to be thankful and appreciate it, you know what? It won't be so hard going through it. You're able to learn, you have to reflect and learn from what you need to learn. Because sometimes you in that wilderness or in that journey for a reason.
Absolutely.
And it's something that you maybe need to learn. And if you're not embracing it, you're not showing gratitude, then you're not taking the time out to reflect and to learn from it. And so this is why you want to embrace it, and you want to learn. You want to shift your focus to show that gratitude, so that you're able to reflect.
I think simply gratitude, it just helps to reduce the urge of comparison.
Yeah.
Because now you feel like, okay, especially like if you do something like writing on a gratitude journal every morning, which is something that I used to do. I have to go back to it. Sometimes you feel like, what am I going to be grateful for this morning? Because for the gratitude journal, you write at least 10 things that you're grateful for that in that morning and in that moment. And it can be repetitive. You can keep thanking God for the same things that you're grateful for. But sometimes you feel like, I've been writing this for the whole week. Let me think of something else. And it's so hard to just think of the good parts of your life. But I personally encourage a gratitude journal, because it makes you not compare. It makes you feel grateful for what you have. And it does something to your brain waves as well, to think, you're not complaining, but instead you're just grateful and thankful.
Yeah, every day I do reflection posts. And so if you're not part of the community, if you're not friends with me on these different social media platforms, you
better follow us at Lady Siza One on Instagram. And
yes, get inspired by LJ, because every day I have reflection posts, something that you can read, something that you can take the time out to think and reflect on your day. Every day I have these themes, so I tell her the reflection, the affirmation according to a theme. Monday is momentum. Tuesday is thirsty. Wednesday is wake up. So every day we are reflecting. Every day we are being affirmed. Every day we are getting motivation. So that we able to keep the main thing. And this is why when we are reflecting and having these morning reflections, we able to keep the main thing. We would not be down so long. This is why I like my study time, reading my scripture. Why I made it reflect on what I've read. I made it reflect on where I'm at right now. And I made it keep the main thing. And I don't get distracted when temptations come.
Yeah.
The temptation gonna come.
Yeah, because when you do this gratitude journal, or just like you said, reflection, it makes it like I said, it shifts your mood somehow. It shifts your mindset somehow, and you start thinking positively and being grateful for what you have instead of what you want to have. And it also helps you to focus on the present.
Yes, the present.
Because we end up living in the past,
or trying to what? Looking too far ahead in the
Something
future.
the minister said yesterday when we went to church. He said, the problem with it's there's no problem in dreaming and planning, but the thing is it's not guaranteed that it's gonna come. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, but today is, because you are living in the now.
Living in the
Well, not even today. The now is guaranteed because you're living in it. So how about you just live in the now and not necessarily focus on the future as much? Because sometimes when you put too much focus on the future and we try to build and build and build, we end up missing the good moments right now. And that's what frustrates us, because sometimes we feel like we're carrying the whole world on our shoulders. So I would really encourage people to just enjoy the present moments, live in the moment.
One word popping in my head right now. When you don't want to be thinking about the past. Because
Well,
the past,
you can think about it,
the
but
past
don't
is just
dwell too much.
the past should be like a testimony,
reference.
a reference. Yes, and the future is where you could possibly be. So the thing is about the word that's popping in my head is balance. You gotta have balance.
That's why I always push.
when-
Like even when sometimes I want to go and do something, or be somewhere, and you'd be like, no, we're still building. I'm like, listen, we're gonna build along the way. We still have to enjoy life now, because tomorrow is not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed.
The next day is not guaranteed. So I don't want to die and say if only. I want to die and say, you know what, I did my best.
I did my best. I did what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Maybe on a budget, but I still did it. Okay. So gratuity or gratitude really helps us just remaining positive, because you're not gonna write negative things on the gratitude journal. It makes you write down positive things, like what you're grateful for. So I encourage you, go ahead and get a gratitude journal. It can just be a simple journal where you just start writing and saying, I'm grateful for this. It can be, you can start off with just 3 things every day. And I promise you that's gonna change the way you think and your perspective, and it will also not make you compare yourself to other people, because you'll find that you actually have more than they do. You might not have more things material speaking, but you have more peace, things that cannot be bought, you know. So yeah,
and definitely, and we will, and to help you out to get that gratitude journey, we will link one that we recommend as well, so that you can get started, because statistics, it's sad. It's sad that people want to lose their life and they want to change their appearance, because of that pressure. So yeah, definitely, and we hoping today that these stats would help you, and it will help us to be better, to do better, so that and not compare from with other people, but compare with ourselves. If you want to prepare,
your own race.
Yeah, you're running your own race.
I think if we look at life that way, that this is my race, it's not a marathon.
Don't compare
I'm just running this race.
Yeah, don't compare
to win.
Don't compare other people, your life with other people. Compare your life with yourself. Compare yourself with yourself and not with other people.
And I think another way of just being grateful and being in the present moment is just to compliment other people.
Yes.
Applaud other people.
Shifting.
Be happy for other people. And in a very genuine way. Don't do it grudgingly. Don't do it spitefully. Don't do it to say, oh, if I don't say it, then they will think. No, just be happy for people.
Yes, just be happy.
Because you want the same for you. When you reach a certain milestone, when you win in something, you want people to be genuinely happy for you. So why don't you do it for other people?
Compliment. Yeah, I always say this because there's a law. It's a law of sowing and weeping. So whatever you want from life, whatever you want from this world, then you got to give it what you want to receive. And so a lot of times doing compliments, doing good, and
you're planting a seed.
You're right. That's
for yourself.
You're planting a seed for yourself, and not knowing. And another thing, you're not doing the compliments because you're expecting to get it back from that individual. You're doing it because you plant a seed so that the seed
you
will
open up doors for yourself.
Yeah, so that the harvest will come back to you eventually. You're not doing it for the compliment for the individual. But you're doing it because you planted a seed so that it will come.
But you're doing it for them as well.
No,
because
but the
it
thing
goes
is,
back to being genuinely...
But again, but don't get caught up. You don't have that mindset, I'm doing it because I want to. No. Because what happened, you don't get it from them.
Yeah, okay, I get you.
What happen? You don't get it from them. So I'm saying you compliment them because you planted a seed.
But also because you're genuinely happy for them.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what I'm
genuinely
saying.
happy.
Yeah.
You're genuinely, you're doing it because you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart.
And because they deserve it, you've seen them toil.
Yes.
I mean, I'll be happy to see my friends win because we're toiling together and I've seen them work hard and do things. So when there's a breakthrough that comes, I know if it comes for them,
it can come for me.
Not it can. It will
eventually
come for me.
I love it because the scripture always say, God is no respecter of person. If he do it for one, he'll do it for another.
Yeah.
So if he rain on the just, he'll rain on the unjust. So, and this is why we don't have to be jealous. Oh man, I'm living right doing this and people not living right. Nah, why? Because they focus on them, they're doing what they're supposed to do, and it's their time. So yeah, compliment people. And love people and do it genuinely and that energy, that energy of just doing good and complimenting and sharing it will rub off on you and
absolutely
good things will happen for you.
Yeah. So we're also going to talk about setting personal goals, not comparison goals. I think that's so powerful.
Yes.
That you're setting a goal for yourself, not because the Jones did it. Don't try it and catch up with the Joneses.
No.
Because guess what?
It will never work.
It will never work. And the Joneses are doing their own thing. Or the Daminis. You do what you feel is what you need and deserve for your life. And not compare with other people. So the question is, how can you set goals that reflect your path and not others? How do we do that? How do we set our own goals and not look at how is Lara doing? Remember in school, we used to copy each other. I don't know if you did that.
Yeah, we did it.
And you think, did I write the right answer? Meanwhile, you're copying the person who's writing all the wrong answers. See? And you think, and when the script comes on you, when the exam comes back, you're like, damn, I knew that. And sometimes you actually see that you erased it because you copied your neighbor and you wrote that neighbor's answer. And then you lose by doing that. So comparison really, really is a thief.
Yes. And how can we set goals that reflect our path?
I said that already.
I know. I'm just rephrasing it because now I'm gonna give you the answer.
Okay. All right.
Smart goals. Smart goals. Smart goals according to you being specific. Because why? You did the homework. You reflected on your life. You reflected on where you want to be. You reflected on where you are now, where you want to be, and so now you're able to set down these smart goals. You're able to be specific. Okay, this I want this. You're able to be specific. I want this, and then you're able to measure it. Then to be able to be achievable, relevant, and then time by and the Pacific time. So smart goals. When you're doing the homework of reflecting on where you want to be or where you're at right now, you can begin to set these smart goals that you can attain.
And smart goals are really personal growth goals.
Yes.
Because when you set these smart goals, you set them against something that you want to grow in and become. Versus something that you see others' eye. It's not the keep up.
No, not the keep up.
It is personal growth.
Personal growth. Yeah, personal growth.
And I think how to achieve that, we have a very excellent community where you can be part of. It's called the Next Opportunity Window. We invite you. It's in the description box where you can come in, chill with us, and learn from us, learn with us. We will learn things from you where it's mainly about just personal growth and trying to achieve your goals.
Yeah, where you could participate in the book club, where we have one coming up this month, April 20th. This is the third Saturday of April. Where we be focused on the art of focus, so we talking about the art of focus. So you can participate in the book club, you can participate in the masterminds, you can participate in the lunch and learns, and all the things that we have to offer with the challenges. And then you're able to connect with other like-minded individuals, and you're learning from them, and then you're able to be coached. So it's a lot of benefits. Especially if you're struggling, you need more accountability, you need some coaching, you need some help. You're struggling with because the stat that's not a good rate. 9 out of 10. That's so if you're struggling, you need some accountability, you need some help so that you're able to stay on track and be able to set the right goals. We are here to help you.
Absolutely.
And the people in the community are here to help.
Yeah, so check the description box for more details. All right. So I think also going back to our topic is that we need to set personal benchmarks instead of looking at my neighbor or my peer or my friend or my cousin or my sister or my sibling or my schoolmates, whatever, and set my goals according to their race or their journey. Rather, benchmark yourself.
Yes.
I think you'll find more success in that. And social media will have no effect on us.
No effect.
You know,
No
whether
effect.
somebody's getting married and you don't even have a boyfriend at that time, it's okay. You know, try isinamuva, liyabuwa. That means in Zulu, the last person is the one, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing that. The last person is the one that is really being seen and recognized because, you know,
That's scripture too.
really, what is it in
The last will
scripture?
be first and the first will be last.
Absolutely. One of the Zulus, they knew what they were talking about. My people, Jay, say that.
The last will be first and the first will be last.
Tenacity, isinamuva, liyabuwa.
And that's how you gotta see your life too. When you compare yourself because somebody got there first, or somebody achieved something, accomplished something, and you left behind. But guess what? Because you are still building, the word said the last will be first and the first will be last. So you might be last right now, and the person might be ahead of you. But guess what? It's always inverted. It's gonna get inverted.
I like one of
And just stay focused.
Sherry Shepherd's quotes by a friend of hers, and she says because she broke into the talk show hosting in her 50s, and she thought it would never happen because every time she tried to knock on that door, it was always shut. No, they told her no. They told her no. They told her no. They told her no. They said she was too old. She was not she didn't have the audience, etc. They gave her reasons. But guess what? She has just been signed up for her 3rd season, which means people love her. She's doing well. She won an NACCP award for best host. You know, she's doing things right. And she has this quote that she says, it gets better later. So it doesn't matter how old you are.
Yes.
Just keep pushing for your dreams.
pushing.
Because when you get there, like I met this lady who had her first child at 48. She said, you know what? 48 looked really old to many people, and many people were asking me why. It just was not happening.
It wasn't
But at
time.
48,
It wasn't
happened,
time.
and she says she's loving it because now she's
More
matured and
yes.
prepared financially and otherwise, and she wouldn't have had it any other way, you know. So let's not compare the 20s that are having kids, the teens that are having kids. Let's wait for our time. Whatever your desire is, keep taking it to God.
Yes, keep taking it to
and
God.
telling God, I hope you haven't forgotten about me. because
Yes, keep reminding her.
I'm still waiting.
I love that. You know, and this is why I always say when the Lord told me, eat the word, eat the word, eat the word. Now, here's the thing. I ate the word so much that the word is in me. Now, back to the thing, right? When Jesus say, when the devil tried to come, and he said, it is written. So I just don't go back and say, and tell us it is written. I'm also when something not happening, I'm saying, Lord, it is written. Your word said this. It is written. And so because I know he's a man that cannot lie, neither the son of man that shall repent, as well as his word shall not return unto him void. And so when we're able to be thankful and rejoicing and preparing for our journey and not looking at other people, because like I said, that woman,
I call it the social media mirror.
yeah, the social media,
It doesn't work.
yes, it doesn't work. You know, so if she'll listen to somebody and probably family and friends, she probably did things and out of time. You know, because sometimes we do rush time. We try to rush time, and you know, it's not the time, and we make these mistakes and we do things that we should never done because we're looking at other people. If we just focus on what we're supposed to focus on and knowing that at the right time it's gonna happen for you.
The Bible says God will make it happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. The scripture even said it. You know, under everything, there's a season. There's a time. There's a purpose for everything. There's a time to be born, a time to die, a time to be joyful, a time to live. Just enjoy the life that you're in. Don't compare with other people. Just live your life. Enjoy the life. Enjoy the journey. learn new skills, do what you gotta do, and I guarantee eventually you will hit the mark.
Absolutely.
You will hit the mark. If you focus on you and not, like I said, if you gotta shut it off, shut it off. Yeah.
So I think that in a nutshell, we're saying we can admire other success without actually using them as yardsticks for our own path of progress. We can actually be somebody without comparing and saying, oh, this is how far they've gone. We can admire people and applaud their success
from a distance.
But we don't necessarily have to try and put ourselves in their shoes. And
yes, I agree. Because people that I admire, growing up, I was 13 years old, 12 years old, 10 years old. When I first seen Master P, I admired Master P. I liked his business savvy. And so I'm like, that's what like, yo, I want to be a businessman. I want to do what he's doing, so, but I ain't compare myself with him. Why? We in two different parts of the world in the U.S. He's from the South, I'm from the North, and we doing different things. And I was younger, but I admired his business savvy. I liked what he was doing. And so I'm like, and that gave me inspiration to accomplish my dreams and my goals.
Doing it all.
He's doing it all. He said it, pride over everything. Pride, get proud, and that we encourage you. If you have a business idea, you have a business.
I think they should make Mr. P a shop.
Master P?
Master P.
They should. He need to be a shop.
Yeah, he's a shop for sure. So I think as we round off this topic is that let's just learn to celebrate each other, in any way possible, be it a promotion, be it a milestone or whatever. Let's celebrate and motivate, and rather instead of comparing ourselves, but I use that to be motivation
yes.
to be better and not to sleep on our dreams.
And to chase our goals.
Right, right. So, for example, as we close off, like I said, admiring somebody else's achievement, like you admired Master P's, it doesn't necessarily mean now you want to be Master P, but it means that you could follow his blueprint and be something, and be successful at something that you are good at. Yes,
because I was exposed to it. And that's exposure is very important as well. This is why you admire it, but you're not comparing.
Exactly.
If you're exposed to something, you're exposed to the lamplight, you're exposed to success, you're exposed to the money. Let that be your fuel to chase your own dreams in your own way. Because we have a unique path. You might not go down the same path as that athlete, but you could do it in another way. We did an episode where the top richest women in the world.
Yeah.
We seen that these women trailblazed and they was in different fields.
Right.
So you could listen to that episode and say, you know what? Man, one was in banking, real estate, all different things. And you're like, okay, I can have success, but I can have success in my own unique journey. So that's why, whatever you want to do, take this assessment, find out where you fit in, what your strengths, what your weakness, and so that you're able to find a course or learn new skills, and then apply it to your life and be the person you want to be. And we invite you, if you're an inspiring entrepreneur, you stuck, you don't know how to get started, we invite you to join the 6-month mentorship boot camp, where we're to turn your idea. You sitting on your idea for too long. We say stop sitting on that idea. Let's get started. Let's get into work. Turn the idea into a sustainable, scalable business. We're here to help you. We're here to guide you, teach you about the business and how to set it up and how to structure it the right way and how to find your audience, to find your tribe, so that you can start making some money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for today, we saying that's
a wrap. Yes.
On today's episode, where we hope that the 5 steps that we talked about, shared, will open up your mind and illuminate your path to breaking free from comparison and help you enhance or embrace your own beautiful journey to success, right? Remember, your path is incomparable because it's uniquely yours. So stay inspired, keep shining, and keep
chilling. Yes. Let's continue to build a world where we elevate lives, empowering businesses, uniting cultures, and
fueling
fueling
success.
success.
So don't forget to press that like share, and subscribe button right now because it's all for free. You know,
Mahala.
you don't pay a penny. And this helps us with the algorithmic. And we've discovered that over 80% of you guys have not subscribed and do not even press like when viewing our videos.
Or comment.
Or even comment. So we just request that you do so to help us grow.
Yes.
So until next time.
Especially we give you this game, you know, you can at least help us.
We're having really good discussions.
Yes,
Yeah.
you at least help us by commenting.
Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, check
out the next episode we have for you. And like we always sign off, you know, deuces.
Take care.
Peace.